something above my ceiling, and it knows my name.
If you're listening to this at night, don't look up. I mean it. Don't do it. I didn't believe in things like this before. I used to laugh at horror stories online, especially the ones where people said they heard things in their walls or saw something in the dark. I always thought, it's just paranoia, just imagination filling in the silence. But silence is exactly where it started for me. I live alone in a small apartment on the 3rd floor. No attic, no upstairs neighbors, just solid concrete above me. It was the kind of place that felt safe because nothing ever happened here. Every night was the same. I'd come home, lock the door, scroll my phone, and fall asleep without thinking about anything at all. Until the night I woke up at 2:48 a.m. Not slowly, not naturally. I just opened my eyes instantly, like something had pulled me out of sleep. And the first thing I noticed wasn't the darkness. It was the silence. Not normal silence, but the kind that feels heavy, like the air is waiting for something to happen. I stayed still, listening. At first, there was nothing, just my breathing. Then I heard it, a faint dragging sound above me. Slow, deliberate, like something was moving across the floor directly over my ceiling. I told myself it was pipes, the building settling, anything normal. But then it happened again. 3 slow taps, right above my head. My heart started racing immediately. I grabbed my phone and checked the time, 2:48 a.m. And right as I looked at the screen, it lit up by itself. A message appeared. No number, no name. Just, "You hear me now." I froze. For a few seconds, I couldn't even breathe properly. Then I did what anyone would do. I tried to rationalize it. Spam. A prank. Malware. I typed back, "Who is this?" The typing indicator appeared instantly, then stopped, then appeared again, like something on the other side was thinking, watching. Finally, the reply came, "Don't look up." That was the first time I felt real fear, because it didn't sound like a threat. It sounded like a warning. I didn't sleep after that. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, waiting for something to happen again. But the worst part is that nothing happened. The silence came back, and somehow, that was even worse. The next morning, I checked my phone again. The message was gone. No record of it. No trace. Like it had never existed. I told myself it was a dream. But that night, at exactly 2:48 a.m., it came back. "You're awake again." I sat up immediately. My hands were already shaking. This time, I didn't respond. But it didn't matter. "You always wake up at this time." That sentence made my stomach drop, because I'd never told anyone that. Not a single person knew I woke up at 2:48 every night. The next night, I stayed awake on purpose. I refused to sleep. I sat in bed, staring at the clock, waiting for it to happen again. 2:47 a.m. Nothing. 2:48 a.m. Still nothing. For a moment, I felt stupid, like I had scared myself over nothing. Then my ceiling creaked, slowly, deliberately, and my phone lit up again. "You didn't sleep." That was when I stopped thinking this was random. The next day, I called my friend Milan. He's the kind of person who always needs logic, always needs proof. If anyone could explain this, it would be him. I told him everything. The sound, the messages, the timing. He didn't laugh. That was the first red flag. Instead, he said maybe there was a crawl space above the ceiling. Maybe there was something structural in the building. "There is no attic," I told him. He just nodded. "That doesn't mean there's nothing there." That night, he came over. We decided to wait together. At 2:47 a.m., we were sitting in silence. Lights off, no sound. Just waiting. Then, 2:48 hit. Tap, tap, tap. We both looked up at the same time. "I heard that," Milan whispered. My phone buzzed. "You brought someone." I showed him the screen, and I saw it immediately. His expression changed. Not confusion, not doubt, fear. Then the sound moved. It wasn't just above us anymore. It shifted, slowly, from the ceiling into the wall behind my closet. We both stood up without speaking. The sound was moving like something crawling through tight space inside the structure of the building. Not fast, not violent, just certain. Then it stopped, directly behind the closet. My phone buzzed again. It's closer now. Milan pointed at the closet. Open it. No, I said immediately. Open it, he repeated, and his voice didn't sound like a suggestion anymore. So I did. At first, nothing. Just clothes. Normal, ordinary. But Milan wasn't looking at the clothes. He was staring above them. There was a gap, an opening where there shouldn't have been one. It was pitch black inside, but not like darkness. It felt deeper than that. Like it wasn't just absence of light, but something else entirely. My phone lit up again. Don't look. Too late. Something moved inside the opening. Very slowly, barely visible, but aware, like it had noticed that we noticed it. Milan stepped back. Close it. I slammed the closet shut. Silence. Then 3 taps came from inside the door. Not loud, not aggressive, just patient, like it was waiting for us to open it again. My phone buzzed. It likes you. That was when the panic became real. We need to leave, I said. We ran to the front door. I grabbed the key, but it wouldn't turn. It was stuck, like something was holding it from the other side. My phone buzzed again. Why are you leaving? And then we heard the closet again, opening, slowly. We turned around. No one was touching it. The door creaked open, inch by inch. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. All I could do was watch. Something began to come out. Not fast, not violent, slow, like it knew we had nowhere to go. First a hand, too long, too thin. Then something like a face, not complete, not finished, like it was still forming. And then it spoke, not out loud, but inside my head. You shouldn't have listened. I don't remember how we got out of that apartment. That part is missing from my memory, like my brain refused to keep it. But I remember standing outside afterward. Cold air, empty street, Milan next to me, silent. We never talked about it again. I moved out the next week. New apartment, new locks, new life. I told myself it was over. Until I woke up again at 2:48 a.m. Same feeling, same silence. And above me, the tapping started again. Tap, tap, tap. My phone lit up. One message. I moved with you. I don't sleep anymore, because now I understand something I didn't before. It was never in the ceiling. It was never in the building. It was in me noticing it. And now, every night, I wake up at 2:48 a.m. And sometimes I hear breathing above me. And I've stopped looking up because I already know what's there. And I think the worst part is, it knows I've stopped looking. And it's waiting for me to forget why.